Morning students, I am Mrs. A. Muthuselvi, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Corporate Certificate from KCS Kastner College of Arts and Science, Chennai. In this session, we will discuss about the powers of directors. General powers. The board of directors of a company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such act and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do and must not beyond the memorandum and articles and the provisions of the Companies Act. Then powers to be exercised in general meeting. Power to make calls on shares in respect of money unpaid on their shares. The second one is power to issue debentures. The third one is power to borrow money otherwise than on debentures. The fourth one is power to invest the funds of the company. Then power to make loans. Powers to be exercised in board meeting. To fill the vacancy in the board. To sanction or give consent for contracts in which directors are interested. The third one is to receive notice of disclosure of directors' interest in any contract. The fourth one is to appoint managing director or manager of the company. The fifth one is to make investments in the company of the same group. Then, restriction on powers. The board of directors shall exercise the following powers with the consent of the shareholders in the general meeting. The first one is to sell or lease the entire undertaking. The second one is to give time for repayment of any loan due to the company. The third one is to invoice the compensation received by the company in respect of compulsory acquisition. The fourth one is to borrow money exceeding the aggregate of paid up capital and reserves. The fifth one is to contribute any charitable funds exceeding rupees 50,000 or 5% of average net profit. The last one is to contribute to any political party's amount exceeding 7.5% of net profit. Then we will discuss about the liabilities of directors. The liability of a director to the company were classified as follows. The first one is liability as a shareholder. Since director is a shareholder of the company, the liability is limited up to the value of the shares. Then liability to the company. The directors can be held liable to the company for damages both during the lifetime or after the lifetime of the company for breach of fiduciary duty, for ultra vires act, for negligence. Then criminal liability. If the directors do not perform their duties mentioned in the Companies Act, they may be held liable for imprisonment or fine or both the following cases. The first one is filing of misleading prospectus. The second one is accepting deposits in excess limits. The third one is failure to file return on allotment. Then fourth one is not maintaining the register of members and debenture holders. The fifth one is failure to make disclosure of shareholdings. The sixth one is default in holding the annual general meeting. The last one is false declaration about the solvency of the company. Next, we will discuss about the position of directors. Directors as agent. A company is an artificial person and cannot act itself. It must therefore act through agents known as directors. Then directors as employees. Although directors are agents of a company, they are not employees or members and staff of the company, but there is nothing to prevent from being a servant of the company under the special contract which he may be enter into the company. The third one is directors as officers. For certain matters, the companies under the Companies Act, directors are treated as officers of the company, as they are liable to penalties if the provisions of the Companies Act were not complied with. Then directors as trustees. Also, directors acting as trustees of the company's property and company's money. Okay students, in this session we discuss about the powers and liabilities of the directors. In the next video lecture I will discuss about the remaining topics. Thank you students.